Hi students, welcome to physics class. So today in this video we are going to discuss about more important topic, that is radioactivity. Okay, before we going to start this class, just we will revise the previous class. Okay, what we have discussed in previous class, that is a binding energy curve. Okay, so in that binding energy curve we have seen so many elements are there. So some of the nuclei are heavy nuclei, some of the nuclei are lighter nuclei. Okay, so A greater than 170, that means the nuclei which the mass number greater than 170. So these nuclei are heavy nuclei, so and also unstable nuclei. Okay, so the unstable nuclei always tries to get stability. Okay, how they get stability? Okay, for suppose this is a heavy nuclei, so a heavy nucleus, heavy nuclei. So okay, this nucleus is unstable. So how it gets stability? So that means the unstable nuclei gets the stability by emitting radiation or by disintegrating itself. Okay, by disintegrate itself it will convert into stable nuclei itself. So okay, in this process some of the subatomic particles emitted, so some of the radiation emitted. So okay, so what is that radiation? So that radiation in the form of alpha, beta, gamma rays. Okay, so this is the heavy nucleus. So this heavy nucleus is unstable. To get this stability, it emits radiation or it disintegrate itself. So okay, disintegrate means, for suppose this is heavy nucleus, so this is it must disintegrate to get stability. That means some of the portion of this nucleus goes out. So that means when this heavy nucleus emitted radiation, the size of the nucleus decreases. Okay, so this process is called decay. So what is the decay? So when it disintegrates or when it emits radiation, when it emits particles, then the size of the nucleus gradually decreases. Okay, so this is called decay. Okay, this decay is in three types: alpha decay, beta decay, gamma decay. Okay, we will discuss about this in next video. So now what is the process? This process, the disintegration process, this is the spontaneous process. That means this is natural process. So okay, when the heavy nuclei or unstable nuclei tries to get stability, in that process this nuclei, heavy nuclei, disintegrate itself and it converts to stable nuclei. So okay, this process is called radioactivity. In this process some of the radiation releases. Okay, so that's why this process is called radioactivity. So it was discovered by A.H. Becquerel in 1876. Okay, so what is radioactivity? So let us see what is the definition of this. Spontaneous decay of naturally occurring unstable nuclei by emission certain subatomic particles is called natural radioactivity. So okay, this process takes place naturally. Okay, so we cannot change the radioactivity by applying strong electric field, strong magnetic field, and high temperature, high pressure. So okay, it does not affected by high temperature, high pressure, and also magnetic field, electric field. So this is a continuous process. That means this is natural process, so we cannot stop that. And also this is uh, disintegration immediately. That means it takes very short time, or sometimes it may take infinity time. Okay, so this is a radioactivity. So we will we need to discuss about one more thing here, that is law of radioactivity. What is the law of radioactivity? Okay, law of radioactivity means for suppose at any given time, so this is a heavy nucleus. Okay, this is a radioactive material. At any given time, this is a radioactive material, so which is containing large number of nuclei inside this. Okay, so okay, it will in radioactive process it will break some nuclei. So how much? So okay, when we say how much, it is depends upon how much large it is. For suppose if the collection is very small, so the radioactive, so the decay disintegration is small. So for suppose if the collection is very large, our disintegration is very large. Okay, so okay, for suppose, so what is the dn, that is the decay of nuclei. Decay of nuclei, so in time interval DTR, so delta n. For suppose delta n is the decay of nuclei in time interval delta t. So then we can take delta n by delta t. This is the rate of decay. This indicates rate of decay. Sometimes this is called rate of disintegration. So or sometimes this is called activity. Okay, see here, but suppose at any given time this is a radioactive material. So okay, radioactive material means which emits the radiation. So which material, which element disintegrates, that element is called radioactive material. So for suppose this is a radioactive material, so inside this a large number of nucleons are, so uh, in disintegration process, in radioactive process, it must break some nuclei, so it must loses some nuclei. So how much? So when we say how much, it depends upon how large it is. For suppose if the collection is very small, our disintegration also very small. Decay, the rate of decay is very small. That is a 2 per second, 3 per second. For suppose if our collection is very large, so then the rate of decay also large. That means 10 per second, 15 per second, 20 per second. So that means the rate of decay is depends upon number of nuclei inside that material. So that means the rate of decay is depends upon a number of undisintegrated nuclei inside that material. So that means, for suppose if we take delta n is the decay of nuclei in time interval delta t, so we can write delta n by delta t, that is the rate of decay. Some books refers as rate of disintegration, some books refers as activity. Okay, so delta t, for suppose this delta t is time interval is goes to 0, that means a very short time interval. So okay, it becomes dn by dt. So okay, this dn by dt is directly proportional to number of nuclei inside the radioactive material at that time. Okay, if the number of nuclei are very large, if the number of nuclei very large, the disintegration also very large. Okay, for suppose if we remove this, okay, next if we remove this proportionality, we have to take one constant so that is lambda. I am using negative here. So why I am using negative? So that means this is a radioactive process. The rate of decay, this is always in positive, but so why we are using negative here? Okay, so when the radioactive decay process is occurring, so the number of nuclei inside the material decreases. Okay, for suppose initially it has 1000 nuclei, after some time 900, after some time 800, after some time 700. So okay, as like this the number of nuclei inside that material decreases. So okay, that decrement is indicated by negative. So what is this lambda here? Lambda is radioactive decay constant. Lambda is radioactive decay constant. Okay, now what is the n? N is the number of nuclei inside that sampling or inside that radioactive element. Okay, this is next term. So what is the unit of this? dN by dt equal to minus lambda n. So okay, this lambda is radioactive decay constant. So now what are the units of this radioactive decay constant? So that means, so when we take n to left side, dn by n, so this is a number. So n is number, dn also, so that is number. Only we have so 1 by dt. That means what is the unit? Units are per second, second inverse. Okay, for suppose lambda means radioactive decay constant is low. So then what's happened? See here. So here this is radioactive decay constant. That means see here, this is n equal to, we can write, or lambda equal to minus delta dn by n into dt. So that means lambda is directly proportional to dn by dt. So lambda is directly proportional to the rate of decay. So if lambda is low, the rate of decay also low. So that means it may take very longer time so to disintegrate. That means so it takes longer time to disintegrate. So next, if the lambda is high, the rate of decay also high. So okay, in this process it takes place in very short interval of time. That means it disintegrates very short interval of time. It takes very short interval of time. It takes very short interval of time to disintegrate. So this is a radioactive decay constant. So the radioactive decay constant is depends upon dn by dt, the rate of decay. So when lambda value is low, so the rate of decay also very low. So that means it may take very longer time to disintegrate. So dn by dt, that means lambda is high, so then also dn by dt also high. In this situation it may take very short interval of time to disintegrate. Okay, so longer lived, this is short lived. Okay, I am deriving a new relation, that is exponential of radioactive decay. So that is See here, dn by dt is directly proportional to n. That means the rate of decay. The rate of decay is directly proportional to number of nuclei inside the radioactive material. Okay, if you remove this proportionality, we have to take one constant. So that is minus lambda. So okay, this is lambda. Lambda means that is a radioactive decay constant. Negative represents as the radioactive decay occurring, so the number of nuclei inside the material decreases, so that is indicated by negative. Okay, now I am taking n to left side, dn by n equal to minus lambda dt. So I am integrating on both sides. I am integrating that equation both sides. Dn by n is equal to integration minus lambda dt. So what are the limits? Limits I am taking n naught to n. So the time is 0 to t. See here, at time t is equal to 0, how much nuclei are inside the material? That is n naught. At time t is equal to 0, how many nuclei are present there? So that is n naught. So at a time t is equal to t, so then n number of nuclei inside the radioactive material. Okay, so these are the limits. This is a lower limit n naught, upper limit is n. Initially the time is 0 and time is t after some time. So now what is the integration of dn by n? So integration dx by x is x equal to log x or ln x. Okay, as like that we can write this ln means natural log. So limits, lower limit is n naught, upper limit is n. At the right side, so I am writing negative outside, so only we have to integrate dt only. So lambda is a constant, that's why I am writing outside here. So what is the integration of dt? Integration of dt is t. Okay, our limits are 0 to t. So now first of all we have to substitute upper limit and next lower limit. That means ln n minus ln n naught equal to minus lambda. If we substitute upper limit at the place of t, then we get t. Next lower limit, then we will get 0. Okay, by the rule of logarithms we can write ln n by n naught equal to, so this is minus lambda into t. Okay, we can write this equation n by n naught equal to this is, if we remove this ln we will get e power minus lambda t. Okay, from this equation we can write n is equal to n naught e power lambda t. So this is a exponential nature of radioactive process, radioactive decay. So n is equal to n naught e power minus lambda t. Okay, sometimes this equation represents I is equal to I naught e power minus lambda t. Some books refers as like this. So okay, this is n means the number of nuclei inside the radioactive material at a time t. N naught means the number of nuclei inside the radioactive material at a time t is equal to 0. So this is a exponential nature of radioactivity. Okay, so next remaining topics we will see in next video. Okay, thank you.